everyone, and welcome to Aniki, the podcast about animes with two brothers. I'm Ben.
I'm Jonathan this week.
Only this week?
For now.
For now.
I like to change it up. Don't want to get things too
stuck in a rut?
Yeah, no, exactly, right?
Have you tried being an Apache helicopter this week?
I have not, no.
Oh, mayonnaise?
I'm pretty sure that's cultural appropriation anyway. So, well, I've got my mug of Christmas tea here.
Christmas tea? Are you serious?
That's the blend. The blend is called Christmas tea. It's by Twinings. It's quite good.
Wait,
what?
How'd you call it?
Twin. It's the British guys.
Twinings?
Yeah, sure. The British guys. Like, whatever. They probably pronounce it Benedict Cumberbatch. Like, I don't know.
They pronounce it Twinings because Stephen Fry is was their spokesman. I don't know if he still is.
All right, well, that's nice.
And he, if you do not know, is a national treasure.
Oh, is he?
He is. Do you have any follow-up from last time? Anything nerd or anime related?
Well, I mean, I've been playing Animal Crossing again because the welcome Amebo update. Yeah, it's been cool. I like it.
So how much do you owe Mr. Raccoon?
So, interesting thing. When they added the new update, what they did is they added this feature where you could sell off your old town and start with a handsome sum of money.
Uh-huh.
So I sold my old town to the tune of about 6 million bells. So while I owe Mr. Thomas A. Nook some money, I can just pull it out whenever I want because I've got a gajillion dollars. But I don't want to grow my home too fast because I don't have enough furniture to fill it. The rest of the town started from scratch, right? So that means I'm stuck with Nookling Junction that sells 2 pieces of furniture every day. So my house could be the size of a mansion, but if I only have like a chess piece and a mushroom table to put in it, well, then that's boring.
I would hate having a mushroom chess piece.
Yeah, I do. That way I'm just going to put in a holding pattern at the moment while I accrue them dollar bells.
I like how you have come home from work only to play work with cuddly animals.
Well, it's different. It's not really work. It's like cozy chores. I have to pull some weeds and I go do some stuff. Either way, you can now invite specialty guys to your town with Amebos. It now has Amebo support.
Oh.
So
like what kind of special guys can you get?
Well, first off, some Amebo summon up cool things. Like you can use the Wolf Link Amebo to get a wolf in your town that is based off of the Wolf Link from Twilight Princess. I used my Inklings Amebo to summon a tiny C.S. Lewis who I could buy a special wardrobe from. Very interesting.
That is interesting.
Yeah. And by Inklings, I of course mean the little guys from Splatoon.
Oh.
Yeah. That's what they're
well,
called.
you mentioned C.S. Lewis.
So. Yeah, I did. Because Inklings get it.
Right. Yeah. I got it. Thanks. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You can also buy this special ring from one of the Inklings.
That sounds ominous. You probably shouldn't use that.
Really? No, it's too late. I already gave it to Nook. I think this will end fine. It'll be fine.
It was his to begin with.
Probably was. But yeah, if you have those Amebo cards, you can just summon up people to put in your town. I was very upset because Flo moved back in my town, and I do not like Flo. She's this sassy little penguin who I do not like.
Oh, I don't think I ever met her. I thought the aggressive salesman.
What?
I thought you were talking about. Yeah.
She's about that annoying. So what I did is I saw her next to a tree, so I dug holes around her so she couldn't get out, and then I hit her with my bug net as many times as I could. It was very nice. I enjoyed it quite a bit.
That's terrifying.
That's what you get for moving to my town, Flo. I hate you. Move out.
This is a children's animal game.
Originally called Dobutsumori. It originally sold very poorly in Japan, but when they brought it to the States, they added the whole item customization thing, and then they re-imported it, and it sells like hotcakes.
Yeah, we Americans, we really like our choices.
Yeah, I guess so.
Even though we're bad at them. So, really, the only nerd thing I've done this week is the wife and I watched some of Westworld.
Oh, yeah. I decided not to get into that. Too many orgies for my taste.
Oh, there are orgies?
Yeah, there's like a whole orgy episode. It's like episode 2 or 3.
Oh. Well, we only watched episode 1.
Yeah.
So
it's supposed to be real good, but too sexy times for me.
It is on HBO, but it is odd. Like it's got the whole robot scanning sentience thing going on.
Look. It's basically Sword Art Online. Let's not kid ourselves. Can't you just go watch Log Horizon? It's all basically the same.
Not really.
Yeah, well, it'll get there, I'm sure.
Oh, probably. They'll probably get there. I mean, Ed Harris, I guess, and that would be, what's his face from Log Horizon? That's a terrible analogy.
Yeah, well.
I don't like that.
No. You do what you can.
That's the worst.
I should be playing Pokemon by now, right? When this comes out, I'm definitely playing Pokemon right now.
Yes, you are playing all the Pokemons.
I've caught all the Pokemon.
Have you?
Yeah, I have. No,
Good.
I haven't. No.
Oh.
No, I did complete the Kalos Pokedex, but I don't have the living Pokedex, quote unquote.
Do you
EV train and do all that crazy nonsense? No, that's pointless.
No, I was going to ask if you still played Pokemon Go.
Oh yeah, no, I do.
You do?
Yeah,
that's good. I'm glad somebody is.
A good number of people are.
I think we quit for good.
That's fine.
Well, it's probably a whole lot more fun in the city.
I mean, that's true. I mean, that's the problem with any of these sorts of things is they just work better in the city where there's like things that you can go to. The Bloomington, it probably works well in because of the campus. And I imagine if you ever get into West Lafayette, it works just fine. Yeah,
I mean, I work in West Lafayette, but the only happening place as far as Pokemon Go is campus. And
yeah, I would
once
imagine.
you're over 25, you try to avoid campus as much as
like
possible.
The plague. No, I understand.
That, and they still haven't added a tracker. If they would add the tracker back.
They just did for us in Seattle.
Oh, so. Is that something they're going to roll out to everybody?
Yeah, they're doing it out in batches. They're still tweaking it, but yeah.
How does it work? How does the tracker work?
So you bring it up and it gives you nearby Pokemon at nearby Pokestops. So then you can click on them and go to the Pokestop that they're near.
Oh.
I imagine that's just a way so they don't have to have the server track so many locations at once. They can just default certain Pokemon to being at places it already knows. But I don't know.
That makes sense, I guess.
But that seems to be the direction they're going in, and they've rolled it out to the Seattle area and a couple other metros.
Well, I'm glad to hear that they are actually making progress, although it's maybe
and I hear the new patch
late.
has added, you say that, but it doesn't really matter. Who's-he-what's-he's? They've added code for a bunch of the Gen 2 Pokemon, but we don't know when those are unlocking.
I heard speculation based on other things that Game Freak has done. And that may completely be wrong because this is Niantic, not Game Freak. But they figured that if new Pokemon were going to be released, it would either be Gen 2 Pokemon or the legendaries that are still locked down in Pokemon Go. And it would happen towards...
They also found the move Transform got added, and that's for Ditto. So Ditto might show up. So we don't know.
So they speculate that kind of stuff would happen last 2 or 3 weeks of the year.
Yeah, probably.
And then the next time would be probably February.
Maybe.
I think. Then you can catch your, I don't remember any Gen 2 Pokemans.
Yeah. Tons of kids are still playing it. I work in the mall and tons of kids still play it.
Oh, good. Good. I think I saw, when it came out, we saw people walking around playing it like constantly.
No, you will.
But I think I've seen one guy out playing it near my work in the last month.
Yeah, the fad portion of it is definitely over. But I mean, it being it's now moved into the staying power phase, which means it's lost a huge chunk of that initial dump, but everyone knew that was going to happen.
Well, it may have been better if the tracker had been somewhat useful, because I know most people, at least here, since the spawn points are few and far between.
Yeah, no, I'm sure that's true.
Oh, yeah, we don't have a tracker anymore. We basically have to walk blind. So if you're on campus, who cares? But if you're anywhere else...
No, that's fair. See, here in the urban areas, it just doesn't matter, because it's just wherever.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
Well, maybe we should punch some things.
Let's punch some things.
Pokemon.
Why would you punch a Pokemon?
I don't know. There's fighting types, I guess.
Machop?
I like Machop. I imagine he's got a little monocle and mustache.
He does. His name is Pip.
Well, instead, how about we deal with some ninjas and some very bad Space Marines?
They are bad Space Marines.
They're neat Space Marines.
This week we are doing One Punch Man Episode 4, The Modern Ninja.
Which has nothing to do with these Space Marines.
Or Naruto, turns out.
And does have 100% more crotch shots than just about every other episode we've ever done.
True. I like the opening of this. We open this episode again with It's not really a backstory. It's more of a manifesto this time.
Let's not kid ourselves. This is basically a manifesto by every Bernie supporter ever. Oh,
Yeah.
too soon. Oh, we can cut that. Maybe you can just sleep that before we get some really angry people yelling at us.
But we're introduced to our main villain for the episode, whose name is Hammerhead.
Yeah. He is 100% Toriyama. He is Nappa. Okay, so just
he is
Nappa in a Space Marine outfit. That's all he is.
Yes, and he really hates working.
Yeah,
he wants you to know all about it.
Oh yeah, he does.
Because he and his other fellow Space Marines are hanging out in front of the mall,
the Paradisers,
and they are trying to convince everybody else that, hey, work sucks. Why should we have to work? Work is stupid. Why can't we live like all the rich people with the ladies and the food and the gold?
Maybe it's because you look like Nappa, bro.
I mean, it could be it. I called him the work socialist or the NEET Nazi.
Okay. Oh, NEET Nazi. That's pretty good too. This is NEET as in not in education, employed, or training.
Correct.
Yeah. And not NEET as in, Nazi. I like potatoes. I just think they're neat. Yeah, no, different. Nor is this like cleanliness.
You could actually use this character as a thing for political observation of Japan if you really wanted.
This episode in particular. Yeah, you're not wrong.
We get into some politics here, but unfortunately, nobody wants to listen to Hammerhead, the NEET ninja.
No.
And he gets very annoyed that the citizens are not listening to him.
So they decide to just go knock over Trump Tower, which is basically what they've decided to do.
Yeah.
So they do.
They're going to go after the high-rise apartments of inequality.
Yep. And they're just going to punch it down because that's what we do in One Punch Man. We punch things, generally down.
I do like his gang of goofy goofs where all of them are bald and most of them have what is essentially stereotypical buck teeth from like World War II cartoons.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
But they're doing it to themselves?
Yeah.
Is that is that weird?
Do you remember you remember the medicine's so evil it must be Asian? Yeah.
Yes.
See, we're in that weird spot where I don't know how much we can comment about these things, but yet here they are.
I don't know. Yeah. I mean, they put them there, and I see them.
Well, it's like all those odd times when Annie's recording the Jim Jam, right? Like you'll get some very awkward caricatures of some of the Asiatic peoples, and it's like, dude, this was anime by Toei. What is going on? Like this is very confusing. Whose fault is this? Who did this thing? Who hurt you?
So we come back from the op, and Nappa, the NEET Nazi. Oh, that's nice. I like that. Nappa the NEET Nazi is very upset about Trump Tower.
Yeah.
And they are there, and he gets one of his goons to use his exosuit, and he just punches it down.
I'm a big fan of how these exosuits work, where they just sort of puff up like a balloon, and that's like power.
Yeah. I mean, it works.
But yeah, Tim the Toolman tailors this place down. It's a good sight gag. It's a good visual gag because he just punches it, and the bottom just kicks out of it at a weird angle. It's very good. It's a good gag, and it just goes straight down.
Yep. Totally destroyed. Lives lost. Who cares?
Doesn't matter. This is One Punch World. It's fine.
We do get a little bit of backstory in that the suits that they're all wearing were stolen from somewhere.
Yeah.
And they're using them now.
Yeah.
But
one of his lackeys with a map discovers that this was not, in fact, Trump Tower. And then Trump Tower is, in fact, over that away.
Yeah, it's over there.
And Nappa is like, oh, well, guys, everyone makes mistakes. And the important thing is that we learn from them. Excellent. Let's go. We have learned our lesson. Let's continue on.
He's a real leader.
You know, he's not bad.
He inspires men.
If his lackeys are men?
I guess.
I mean, sure.
So we cut back from that into a random little boy on the street in his elementary school outfit with a little yellow hat. And he has lost a balloon up in a tree after the building has collapsed near him, which he doesn't seem to have noticed.
Well, it's okay. It's fine.
And the balloon is rescued by the manliest of all heroes, Bicycle Man.
Well, we're going to get his real name here in a moment. I love the music during this part, too, because it's just like very, very epic, very heroic. This is very heroic music for Jitensha Otoko.
Yeah, it's smooth jazz. Get some nice saxophones.
Very heroic.
Yes. But he rides off. You might want to pay attention to him. Yeah, he takes very good care of his bicycle.
He does.
That way.
He bicycles towards more death and destruction. Meanwhile, Saitama is asleep, not caring about anything except that somebody might have a booger while playing rock, paper, scissors.
He has the best nightmares.
I mean, I would be terrified of that. That's gross. Dude, that's gross.
It is kind of gross, but not quite as gross as like popping out of a horse.
No, that just means you're bad news.
Or,
gross is absorbing a whole dude. That's gross. Or going inside a dude. Oh, that's gross.
Or tentacles coming out of your fingernails.
Ooh, ow.
Blood vessels.
Ow, that just hurts thinking about. Please stop.
Yeah,
Instead, he turns on the news.
Yeah.
Instead of thinking about those things, he turns on the news and hears about the terrorists, Nappa, the NEET Nazi, and his gang.
Yep.
Saitama listens to the news, quickly decides that it is not important enough for him to get involved, and decides to keep brushing his teeth.
Until
the news reporter tells them that the most important thing about this terrorist organization is that they are all young, unemployed men with no motivation for work, and they're bald.
No, she does not actually say bald men. If you look, she says skinhead.
Yeah.
They're skinheads.
Yeah, they're skinheads. And Saitama's like, what? They've stolen my look. They can't
do that.
They can't do that. This is what I do. I'm the bald guy.
He decides to go kill them all.
I just says he's got to go make them stop because they're going to make him think that he's a villain. So he's got to go smash them.
And we actually get, for once, there's a shot where he's actually looking at the TV in just total shock. And we get this very interesting look. We get sort of the combination of the one style and the actual good style. And they're sort of combined. So he's still got the crazy one eyes, but it's very realistic-ish.
Yeah, he's very...
I like that one.
He's very upset by this. Do you have a good screenshot of this for me to comment upon?
There you go.
Oh, sure. Yeah, that. Yeah,
that.
Very good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It works very well.
What?
It's like, what? They stole my look, what? They can't do that. Well, we go back for more death and destruction with the riot police and, our space marines.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Dinsha Otoko shows up. Not
Bicycle
Dinsha.
boy.
Jitinsha Otoko.
Jitinsha.
Yeah, very different. One's a train, one is a bicycle.
Yeah, he shows up in front of this group of men, and he stops. He puts his bicycle up nice.
And we get his real name.
Puts his kickstand down.
Which is Moomin Rider.
Do you know what that means?
So it's a multi-layer pun. First off, it's a play on Kamen Rider, who is, of course, our mass superhero. But it means, unlicensed, like he doesn't have a bicycle license. Which is really great.
Which is true, because he doesn't.
He has no bicycle license. So he's the unlicensed rider. I like how that's just like the weakest of all things to not have, is you don't have the proper licensing for your bicycle.
But you have to love this guy's moxie, because he's got the pants with pads. He's got a little bit of body armor on, but really only enough.
His bicycle even has a little basket to put like a one dog in. Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
It's great.
Like he's armored enough to maybe ride a motorcycle on a normal day, but he's also got like a child's bicycle helmet on. Bright green, looks like a frog.
Oh yeah, no, it's great. And he just pulls up to this crowd, puts down his kickstand, and he's like, let's rumble, let's do it. He goes into a bit of a fighting stance. The whole crowd is on his side. They're like, yeah, Moomin Rider's gonna take care of these guys. He's got this. Good old Moomin Rider. We love Moomin Rider. He's gonna take them down. The bicyclist and then they just punch him in the head. And you just hear sirens in the background.
And a woman screaming.
And just that wonderful Japanese, like, ambulance sound.
Yeah, he's just laying there face down in blood. He's pretty much dead.
Somebody call an ambulance. It's just a very good cut gag.
So clearly, Moomin Rider has not taken out the gang of thieves and
he
scoundrels.
Is not taking them down. Meanwhile, at Trump Tower, which has a giant golden poop on the top, which is really great.
Yeah, it matches the rich guy's hair, who's the guy that they're after.
Yeah,
but it's really
his
just
real
a
name
giant
is
poop.
His real name is like Zai Baru or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't really matter.
He has hired a bodyguard.
Yeah,
named Sonic.
No.
Yes.
His full name is Speed O Sound Sonic, which is wonderful and redundant. Also, I love this ninja. He is so like a good, bad, stereotypical modern ninja thing. Either way, his gimmick is he's real fast.
He is real fast. He's also got all the like eyeshadow and the bishi hair and all of that.
He is a cool guy. Did you hear the capital letters there? He is a cool guy.
I did hear them.
And he wants to take out the B-class criminal Hammerhead.
Yes, the criminals here are actually classed by some classification system.
Well, it's so you can rank them up against all the superheroes, you see.
That makes sense.
Zinniru is our not Trump in the golden turd. Yeah. There you go.
So Sonic decides to go out and meet these guys head on because they're way below him and he can just deal with that real easy.
Yeah, so he's going to take these guys out because they have to go through a park before they can reach Zinniru's tower.
Yeah. They could have gone around, I guess.
Speedo Sound Sonic is going to confront them there.
Like, he even has this cool move where he, like, materializes out of a shadow.
Which is really awesome. I love him with his mask up, but then he pulls it down so he looks more like an idiot. But
yeah. And then we get some swordplay.
I love this so much. Well, the Space Marine NEETs decide to take him on, and, well, they're no match for him. So Speed of Sound Sonic just zips through the crowd, just chopping off their heads, cartoonishly, and it's amazing.
It's just head after head after head after head.
He just cartoonishly separates their heads from their armor. Because I was thinking the whole time, the first time I watched this episode, of just, why do those guys have their heads sticking out? It's like, you should have a hat. You should have a hat. That's why Space Marines have the hat, and they're quickly learning the error of their ways. If you've got this super strong, awesome power armor, maybe put on a hat. It's your weak point, dude.
Yeah. So now the only guy left is Hammerhead.
Yeah.
And Sonic has saved him for last because he's the big bad.
Yeah, he's the bad guy.
Hammerhead gets upset because, he's about to get attacked. So he throws a boulder in his general direction, which flies through the air, misses him, and smashes through the giant golden poop.
Another good scene.
Yeah.
We see that from the street, from Saitama's point of view.
He's getting harassed.
He's getting harassed because they think the townsfolk think he's one of these terrorists.
He's not a terrorist. He's just a normal skinhead.
Yeah, he's just bald. It's not by choice. Dude, it's okay. It's fine. It's fine. Leave me alone. Poor Saitama. He's so put upon.
And then back in the park, Hammerhead has come up with a plan. He's going to try and limit this really fast dude's motion by throwing down a lane of boulders, one on each side, so that Sonic can only run down the middle.
Yeah, he has to come at him from one way that he knows.
Yep.
Speed of Sound Sonic thinks this is a stupid idea because he is too good and too fast for this. He's like, I will take you head on, so he does.
And Hammerhead's like, ha, I outsmarted you, and just slams a tree down in the whole lane, which clearly would have smashed Sonic if he had already still been there.
Yeah, well, he is very fast. He's V-Fast racing car, and piffs behind Hammerhead and just
shurikens him in the head.
No, it's a Kuni. Kuni's him in the head.
Kuni's him right in the head.
Right in the back of the skull. Just bonk.
And down he goes.
Down goes poor Hammerhead.
But he's okay, because his head is too thick.
His head is 3 times thicker than the average person, so he actually gets to skadoodle while Speed of Sound Sonic is letting Zinniru know on his Keitai Denwa.
Yeah, unfortunately, he could not go easy on them. Even though they didn't really put up a fight.
they did nothing. He just ran through decapitating a lot of them.
I mean, for all he knows, this could be a completely different group of people who are wearing exosuits.
I mean,
who knows?
I suppose.
Who knows?
Well,
who knows?
As Nappa is making his grand escape, he happens upon good old Saitama in the woods. And Saitama's like, dude.
So Saitama has found Hammerhead. The guy who is giving his bald head a bad name.
A terrible name. A terrible name. We cut to a break. This week's eye catch is Speed of Sound Sonic running real fast.
Mm-hmm.
I like these eye catches a lot. I'm glad they put the time in to make each one of them custom. I mean, time. Like, it doesn't take a long time. But, I mean, I like it.
So we come back, and we cut to Genos, who we haven't really seen in this episode yet. He's being repaired.
Can we talk about
the hair?
Scientist? I love this scientist. He is so 70s, 80s anime. It is so good. I love it so much.
His hair
he's like straight. This scientist is straight up out of like Kikaider. This guy's amazing.
So he's an old man. He's a very detailed face, except he has a nose the size of a foot.
Yeah.
And his hair is just
like a perfect half mushroom. Oh, it's very good.
It's like someone had a perfect sphere of hair, cut it in half, cut a hole in the middle so you could put a head in it, and just sort of laid it on top of it.
I love it. It's so 70s, 80s anime. It's very good. Very good.
Why?
Because one knows what he's doing.
Now we know how Genos is being repaired. He's going back to his doctor, and his doctor is fixing him up all the time. Oh, I just noticed this. So if you look in the background here.
Yeah. Oh, it's his hair. It's his fro hair. Oh, isn't that cute?
He kept his fro hair.
Well, I mean, you never know when you'll need it.
Little dummy head.
Well, one of these days they might have to funk it up. So, you need to keep that.
We do find out from the professor that he has been making some new parts that he might be putting in Genos soon.
That way Genos can power up at some point during the show, because you always need that in a show like this.
Always. And he's the most upgradable.
Except Saitama. He is already at maximum, so he needs no... I don't think we're going to be getting any limit breaks from him.
Probably not. So we actually cut to Saitama, who has met up with Hammerhead in the forest. And he's like, hey, so where are your followers at? Shouldn't you have like a gang of dudes or something?
Yeah, that's what you said.
And Hammerhead's like, screw you! And just
we'll not worry about those guys.
And starts punching him, but
just once. Punches him with like one like super powered punch from the suit. We get it causes a huge dust explosion in the forest, and Hammerhead's like, okay, now that he's out of the way, I better. Hey, wait a minute, he's fine.
Yeah, and Saitama's like, oh, I'm really disappointed. I really wanted to see these suits in action, but apparently all they do is give you super strength.
They just give you super strength, and the design sucks. I do like how Hammerhead's is different. He looks like
he put flames on it so he can go faster.
Yeah, he looks like one of the what are their names from Fallout 4?
I don't know.
There's a group of greasers in Fallout 4 who have the power armor, and they put flames on it and make them look like hot rods, and it's really great.
Well, yeah, everyone knows that you go at least 10% faster if you put flames on it.
If you put flames on it, yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. Yeah, no, absolutely.
So this enrages Hammerhead, and he goes on the spin attack where he's flailing his arms really fast.
First he limit breaks the armor. The flames start to glow, and the muscles bulge, and you know how it is in anime. He does that, and he starts spinning his arms around, like when Fry. It's like when Fry was a robot.
Yes,
only really, really fast, I guess.
And Saitama thinks, I used to use that move all the time when I was a kid, and he remembers back to when he was just crying and just sort of flailing his arms, trying to hit something.
This makes Saitama take somewhat amount of pity on poor Hammerhead, as he just stops Hammerhead's spin attack and then punches his armor off. Instead of murderating him, he just punches the armor to death.
Yeah, he does note that, me and Hammerhead, we're actually kind of alike.
Yeah. Well, you're not so different, you and I.
I will note that he still has that kuni stuck in his head.
Oh yeah, no, this whole time, the whole rest of this episode, he has the kuni in his skull.
But the armor breaks off, and it's pretty clear that he doesn't really need that exosuit because he is
pretty tough, bro.
Built.
He is swole.
Swole. Remember Swole Team 6?
Yeah. He's got a nice butt. Look at him run. Oh yeah.
There he goes.
Okay. But yeah, he runs off buck naked, and Saitama decides he has done his good deed for the day, and it's time to go home.
But wait.
There's more.
There's a ninja.
Yeah. Yeah, Speed of Sound Sonic shows up and it's like, oh, so there was one more skinhead left.
Yeah.
I should take him out.
He's like, oh, no, Hammerhead went that way. It's like, no. So he tries to kuni him in the head. Saitama catches it.
Yeah.
And then while he's looking at the kuni going, why is... Suddenly a sword goes right for his eye. And Saitama catches it.
And breaks it.
He's like, hey... You got it all wrong, man.
Yeah, I'm not one of them bad guys.
I'm just a normal dude.
You know me.
Yeah.
I mean, look at me. You know who I am, right?
Yeah, don't be dumb. Yeah. It's just me.
Yeah. The guy who's a hero as a hobby?
It's like, I don't know who you are.
I have no idea who you are, bro.
Never heard of you.
No idea.
We get the best sad face.
He's so sad. You've broken his heart. Oh, I know. His poor heart is broken.
It's like
Poor
the
Saitama.
worst thing to happen to him in this entire episode, and so far in the whole series, is someone told him, "I don't know who you are."
They have no idea who this guy is. He's
Who
like,
are you?
what?
But I should know you.
I am good. I'm
So
a good
then
hero.
the ninja goes into his backstory.
Well, it's not that long this time. He's basically like, yeah, I'm from a ninja village and I've trained real long. And look, I just can go fast.
Yeah, and
Look,
you
I gotta go
read
fast.
my moves, which means I have to kill you because
Which I have to kill you now because you're real good.
I have to win.
Yeah,
always.
look how fast I am. Look, super fast. That's why I'm called Speed of Sound Sonic because I'm so fast.
I like how Saitama calls out his bullshit on this one because he's like, "Look, dude, if you want to just try out your moves on me, just say so."
Yeah, I think that line though is more of Saitama in slight denial. It's like, oh, you know who I am, and you just want to try yourself against me, the great Saitama.
It does work both ways, yeah.
I think he's still in a little bit of denial.
Sonic is bouncing around him, kind of like Kabuto did last episode.
Yeah, you know, the super sweet I just can go real fast
Just
speed lines
all
and
over,
warping around.
like basically making a dome of speed lines around him.
Yeah.
And Saitama is clearly tracking all of his moves
Oh, yeah.
because he finally launches himself from a tree. Sonic does. And Saitama whips his head around and is like, "Hey, can I go home now?
Are we done?
Oh, I just want to go." And so he does this blade kick. And Saitama's like, "Oh, I guess I'll dodge that. And I should probably punch you too, I guess."
Try to stop you. Or at least not like actually punch because, you know, he doesn't want to like turn this guy into mush.
He just he stops. But you see, Sonic has already like kicked out in some splits.
Yeah, and Saitama's
momentum
fist
and
is just
all.
like right there, and ooh,
And we just get this slow motion jump shot.
Yeah.
Fist right to the old plums.
I like how apologetic Saitama is. He's
like,
like, oh, dude, I am
sorry,
so
man."
sorry. That was not on purpose. I did not. I know. I did
And then
not
we
mean
get the
to.
best shot.
I know. Oh, yeah.
We're
It's
having
like
technical difficulties.
Because he's straight up like, that's my purse. I don't know use this guy. And it's just, he is so sad. He's like, oh, I am so sorry. I did not mean for this to go down this way. Your momentum carried you into, I tried to stop. I am very sorry.
Yeah. But poor Sonic, he can't, he's in some pain right now. So
Yeah,
we cut to technical difficulties for a
Yeah,
bit.
when we cut back, he's giving a very pained speech about how he is very good and he has found somebody who can stand up to. Saitama's a very.
He's going to have to go train now so he can like take him on next time.
We're rivals.
So,
Okay,
yeah, rival
bye.
to you and me. We're going to let me know your name so we can rival.
We're gonna
Like,
do it all the
I'm
time.
Saitama.
All the time doing like a pee-pee dance because he is still very. he is still in very no land. He is in very please just let me
He's like,
go and
okay,
cry.
well, next time I'm gonna get you.
And Saitama's just like, okay,
He's like, "Gambate."
yeah, you
please go
please do that.
take care of yourself.
Take care of
Get
your
some
business,
ice.
brah. Yeah, you can look forward to it. Work real hard and come back and get me. I'm very sorry.
Yeah. So we cut back to Saitama and Genos hanging out in Saitama's apartment. And he's like, "Oh, yeah, that Sonic guy, he showed up, declared we were rivals, and then ran away."
I like how Genos is just instantly calls out Speed of Sound Sonic because he's like, Speed of Sound Sonic? Why would you have such a redundantly bad name? Why would you do that to yourself? It's like, man, I don't know. But the worst part about all this, he didn't know who I was, Genos.
How does no one know who I am?
I do good. I've taken out more monsters.
And we get this nice pan-up shot of like all the monsters he has destroyed.
Some of which we haven't even seen. He's like, I've taken out so many evil organizations and more monsters than any other hero I know of. Definitely more than Moomin.
Oh, definitely. And Genos is like, "Hey, wait, aren't you registered with the Hero Association?"
Yeah.
He's like, "What?
The what now?
I don't know what that is." It's like the Hero Association.
Yeah.
You need to be. Let's look at their website.
I love their website. It's very cute.
So they have the Hero Registry, and if you sign up for it and you test into it, you get to officially call yourself a hero, and you get paid, and it's nice.
And if you're not registered with them, and you go around saying these sorts of things, well, you're basically just a weirdo that nobody wants to pay attention to.
Yeah, the word they use is hentai.
Yeah, weirdo.
You're a
Again,
weirdo.
bringing back the Akunohana connection.
Spouting nonsense and viewed with suspicion.
Yeah, exactly.
Weirdos.
Yeah, because they cut to the news, and neither Speed of Sound Sonic nor Saitama were credited for taking down the Paradisers, but rather
Some
good old
noob.
Newman Rider, who was the only man left standing.
Well, he was
Quote,
registered,
unquote.
you see.
Oh,
The
well,
others
yeah.
were not.
No, they were not. I do like how it's the Anti-Disaster Measures Hero Association is the name of this group.
I like their little logo with the little head in the heart with wings.
Yeah, little chicken dude.
It's
Yeah,
cute. It's a cherub or something.
I guess.
Well, we got to the woods where Hammerhead has been taken out. Like,
Again.
for reals this time. Like, there's blood everywhere.
By
Cootie's
some
still in his
sweet
head.
supervillains.
Yeah. They're like, oh, yeah. They took our suits. Now he is paid.
Well, at least we've gotten some sweet data on how powerful these suits are, says
Yep.
Captain Brain in a Jar and Robo Knight.
And they take off. But
We
turns
pan
out
down to Hammerhead crying, thanking his mother for giving him such a thick skull.
that's probably the only time anyone would do that.
He yet lives,
Good for him.
because they
Good for
took him
him.
out by punching him in the face.
So we come back to Saitama one last time, where he is filling out his Hero Association application form. And the news in the background is delightful. I like it because it's talking about not the violence in the city, which is pretty rampant and happens all the time.
Oh, we don't have to worry about that.
Hey, how come with this most recent thing, how come the youth has lost its enthusiasm to work? Expert, what do you think? And
At
they
least
go
it's not
off
like the
talking about
expert
that.
on the mosquitoes that was like, well, these are actually a new type of NEET, so I have no idea. He's like, no, see, here's the problem. The problem is all these songs, they're like, don't give up on your dreams and believe in them forever. Because, people can't do that, and then it makes them depressed, and then they just make excuses, and then they don't do anything.
Yeah, pretty much. And Saitama's like, yeah, who believes in that kind of hogwash? Bunch of weirdos.
Spouting
Hentai.
nonsense. Weirdos spouting nonsense. This basically, that should be our tagline.
And with that, we get our ending.
Yeah, well, we get our ending credits. We don't get our ending sting yet.
Yeah, well, the ending sting is basically just a big upshot of Saitama and Genos going and signing up for the Hero Association together.
Yeah, they're going to go take a test. They're going to go line up and take the test. Good job.
Good job, guys.
Yeah, because you have to remember, Genos was also not a member of the association yet, as he saw no need, since he's only in it for revenge.
Yep.
Not to actually
Not
hero or
heroing.
anything.
So next time we will get the ultimate mentor. Fun,
As I assume Saitama and them go through their hero trials.
Yep. So what was your best of this episode?
The best? How about I have the best/worst, which are both the crotch shot.
My best was also the rival nut punch.
Poor guy. I just like how just immediately afterwards how apologetic Saitama is. He's like, oh,
Ooh, yeah.
it was your momentum, man. I am very sorry. As one man to another, I am very sorry.
He mostly means it.
Yeah, he does.
He's like, well, I mean, it's terrible that.
Well, the worst part is that if
happened,
Saitama had actually tried to punch him, he wouldn't be in any pain at all because he would be a fine
He'd be
mist.
dead. Yeah.
He would be a fine mist.
But on the other hand, if you hadn't suddenly declared yourself to be his rival, then maybe your nuts would be in one piece.
Yeah, I mean, really, you did this to yourself, brah.
So your worst was also that.
Also, the nut shot, dude.
My worst was all those decapitations.
Oh,
It's
what?
just like-
that was sweet.
It's gratuitous. There's
was-
just so many.
It was cartoonishly so, though. It was very good.
Especially that one guy that got his head like sliced in several places.
It was very good. Well, I like because there was no blood or anything. It was just
there was right at the end.
yeah.
like,
Most
as
of
the
it
one
was
guy's
just
falling away.
wonderful, clean cuts. It was very nice.
Yes.
Just cartoonishly funny. It was like somebody just taking a whole bunch of Barbies and popping all their heads off. Just like, and there goes one, and there goes one, and oop, there goes that one.
So who'd you have for MVP?
MVP. How about Hammerhead's mom?
I was very close with Hammerhead's head.
See, there you go. Yeah, I was going to go with Hammerhead's mom for giving him such a sweet skull.
Yeah, sweet, thick skull.
Yeah,
good for stopping Goonies and supervillains from killing him.
Good job, Mom. You did it.
Good job. So next time, we're going to get the ultimate mentor.
And by that, we mean probably an exam that Saitama does very poorly on.
Yep, probably.
Because it's funnier if he starts out as like
a peon.
As an F-class hero. I do like how the preview for next episode, Hammerhead tries to do some PR for himself, and the producers tell him that that he cannot. It's like, but my movement. All right.
Yeah. Oh. I do like how he said, if I had had a mentor like him, maybe my life wouldn't have gone off the rails.
Yeah, well.
True. If only we'd all had a mentor like Saitama who just doesn't really care. It's like, yeah, fine, whatever. That's cool.
Look, he's a good mentor. He did give Genos his training regimen. He told him what to do to become strong.
Yeah. Push-ups, sit-ups, squats. Then
Boom,
run 10K.
10K run. It's fine.
Do it every day.
Great. Every
3 years.
every
Till
day.
Your hair falls out.
If you can think of a time that Snoop Dogg is smoking weed, that is when you should be doing this training regimen, which is, of course, every day.
Every day.
Every day.
Hey guys, thanks for listening. If you'd like to get in touch with us to leave comments or suggest future silly topics, you can contact us on Facebook or Twitter at Aniki Podcast. Or if you'd like to know more about the show and hear past episodes, check out our website at aniki.fm. See you next time on Aniki.